Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Finance what measures the ministry is taking to address the recent significant depreciation of the Cedi. Thank you.
Order. Mr. Speaker, as at March 14, 2025, Right Honorable Speaker, as of March 14, 2025, the Ghana Cedi and dollar exchange rate was 15 cedis, 53 pesos to a dollar, and the Cedi has depreciated by 5.3% against the US dollar. Mr. Speaker, this compared to 5.7% over the same period in the year 2024, when the Cedi dollar exchange rate was 12.6 to the dollar. Mr. Speaker, last year, the same period, the Ghana Cedi has depreciated by 5.7, as against the same period, 5.3 this year. This shows a reduction in the depreciation by 0.4%. Mr. Speaker, the Cedi depreciation is driven by tight FX liquidity, increased demand from energy sector payments, and commerce. Mr. Speaker, the Cedi has, however, witnessed stability since the 19th February on the back of central bank's forex intervention aimed at improving FX liquidity and market confidence. To maintain this exchange rate stability that we've seen relatively from February 19th, the Ministry of Finance, working with the central bank, have outlined a number of policies, and this include the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board to enhance the generation of foreign currency to help the central bank accumulate enough forex and to intervene as and when they are supposed to intervene. The Bank of Ghana will also continue the implementation of its FX forward action to support the stability of the Ghana Cedi. The government is also front-loading its fiscal consolidation through expenditure reduction, and we believe that will also help in the support of the Ghana Cedi. Mr. Speaker, aside, we are also planning, as part of the 24-hour economy, to introduce a number of measures which will be announced to Parliament in the coming days, and we believe that will help as a result of our import substitution policy to also support the Ghana Cedis. Mr. Speaker, in view of that, I believe in the coming days, the Ghana Cedi will see some significant stability. And I strongly believe that the Cedi will improve from its current state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, do you have any supplementary question? Honourable Mavis Nkansa-Boedo, do you have a supplementary question?
No, I don't. Thank you.
So, yes, Honourable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to find out from the Minister responsible for Finance whether or not the gold for oil deal that has been purportedly suspended could be a factor in why some pressure has come to bear on the dollar. Because the whole essence of the gold for oil deal was that the BDCs, instead of going to buy dollar, scarce dollar, would no longer be doing so, but rather we would buy gold with Cedis.
Honourable Member, file a substantive question on gold for oil.
We'll buy gold with Cedis.
Honourable Member, file a substantive question on gold for oil.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, file a substantive question on gold for oil. Any further supplementary? Honourable member will proceed to normal question number 1. Standing in the name of Dr. Cedi Ajiman, Member of Parliament for Abuakwa South.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I seek to ask the Minister for Finance what plans have been put in place to resolve the tension among commuters as a result of the recent directive by the National Insurance Commission to increase the compulsory third-party insurance premium by 10% effective February 1, 2025.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on the 28th of November 2022, the National Insurance Commission, represented by the insurance industry stakeholders and the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of the TUC, signed a memorandum of understanding for the increase of third-party motor insurance premiums by 30%. This increase was to be spread at 10% per annum over a period of 3 years, effective 2023. The Speaker, for the purpose of clarity, this 10% annual adjustment was to be applied in the first quarter of every year, effective 2023, and renegotiated by end of year 2025 by all interested parties as per a memorandum of understanding that was signed. Mr. Speaker, following a meeting too, they will implement the 10% additional increase for the year 2025. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary question?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. 2 quick supplementary questions. With regards to the subtitle, Way Forward on the Concern, paragraph 1, you did indicate that there was a stakeholder engagement on the 19th of February, that they were going to come out with some review mechanism. May we please know any timelines that were assigned to, since these are usually annual policies?
Mr. Speaker, I was not part of the stakeholders' consultation. I will consult and come back to the House if need be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. The second paragraph, you did indicate that one of the key interventions was the scrapping of a VAT or motor insurance policy. I'm not sure, but can you inform us if this is really a policy on VAT that has been implemented all these years? Because as far as I'm concerned, there has never been a VAT on third-party motor insurance. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as part of the 2024 budget, the then administration introduced VAT on non-life insurance. Mr. Speaker, the implementation of the VAT non-life insurance will mean that third-party insurance will attract VAT. Mr. Speaker, I have said in the budget that before we implement such a policy, I believe strongly and the government believes strongly that third-party insurance should be exempted from the payment of the VAT. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, you will see in the budget statement and as part of the policies that we've submitted, to exempt third-party insurance or all insurance on motor vehicle. And we believe that this will reduce or this will not result in an increase in insurance premium that will be paid by motor vehicle users. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. I don't know if I did not hear right, but my question was to the effect that is there a charge, a VAT or a VAT charge on third-party motor insurance?
Right, Honourable Speaker, yes. As we speak, there is a law that was imposed in the year 2023, imposing VAT on non-life insurance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
No, right, Honorable Speaker, I'm not done.
You have exhausted your supplementary questions, so please resume your seat.
Thank you.
Yes, honorable
Thank
member.
you very much. The Speaker, I would like to ask the Minister whether the VAT on motor insurance was enforced. We're not talking about whether it's in the books, whether it was implemented. That's the question, please.
Honorable member, the word used by the minister is that there was that element of tax.
Of whatever law that was passed.
Honorable Minister, your answer. Whether the tax imposed has been implemented.
Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Revenue Authority issued a practice note after the passage of the amendment to the value-added tax. The Speaker, subsequently, if anyone had failed to pay the VAT, the person is committing an illegality. The Speaker, as we speak, the laws of the Republic of Ghana mandate VAT on motor insurance. The Speaker, it has nothing to do with who is collecting and who is not collecting. But we have laws in this country mandating the charge of value-added tax on motor insurance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, honorable member.
Thank you
and
very
I will
much.
take that as the last supplementary question.
Thank you very much.
On question number 1.
Thank you. I would like to find from the minister if he could be gracious enough to tell this House how much was realized from the imposition of that tax in the 2024 fiscal year.
Well, that will have to do with some calculations. So file a fresh question. Honourable members, we have come to the end of questions. We've exhausted item numbered 7 and 8 together. We then move to the item numbered 9, statements. Honourable members, the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2025. Yes, Honourable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there's an addendum to the order paper. Mr. Speaker, question 2?
Yes, yes.
To who?
Yes. Honourable member, sorry, I think we are left with question number 2. Also directed at the Finance Minister. So I recognize Honourable Frank Yeboah, Echima Nwabiaja North.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I come under Order 88.3. And I read, in the absence of a member, any other member so authorized may, with the proper permission of Mr. Speaker, ask the question. So with your leave, Mr. Speaker, if I could ask the question on his behalf.
Do you have his authority?
Yes, right, Honorable Speaker.
Is it oral or in writing?
It's oral.
Honourable member, proceed to
Thank you, right. Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Finance what measures have been put in place to ensure the timely release of national health insurance funds to avoid delays in claims of payment to health care providers. Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker.
Honourable Finance Minister.
Mr. Speaker, releases from central government are made in line with quarterly allotment to address this issue. Right, Honourable Speaker, the Ministry of Finance has engaged the Controller and Accountant General to prioritize release to social protection programs, including the National Health Insurance Authority. The Ministry of Finance will also streamline its internal processes to speed up the releases to National Health Insurance Authority. Additionally, the Ministry of Finance has increased the resource envelope for the National Health Insurance by uncapping the National Health Insurance levy for the year 2025. Right Honorable Speaker, consequently, an amount of 9.93 billion Ghana cedis has been programmed for the National Health Insurance Scheme for claim payment, essential medicine, vaccines payment, free primary health care, and the Ghana Medical Care Trust. Mr. Speaker, I want to entreat honorable members to assist us pass this formula as soon as possible so that we'll be able to make the releases to the National Health Insurance Authority. Right Honorable Speaker, to add, in the National Health Insurance Authorities Act, Government of Ghana is supposed to ensure prompt releases month in, month out, bi-monthly. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, no Minister of Finance has been able to achieve that. Right Honorable Speaker, my assurance to the House is that I will try as much as I can to implement prompt releases to the National Health Insurance Authority. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm happy he said he will try as much as possible to make sure that prompt releases are being made to the health insurance. But Mr. Speaker, he is entreating this House to pass the formula as soon as possible. I want to find out from the Minister if he can confirm to this House whether these formulas are already in this chamber. Thank you very much.
Well, Honourable Member, you may answer the question.
Mr. Speaker, the formulas will be submitted to the House by the Minister responsible for health and not the Minister of Finance. Thank you.
Honourable Member, any further supplementary? Do you have any further supplementary?
Is that I didn't hear what the Minister said. His answers, I'm not sure I heard him.
He said the answers will be submitted by the Minister of Finance.
So he cannot confirm to the House that those formulas are given out to this House.
He said it will be submitted. So I don't understand the follow-up question that you are asking.
No, Mr. Speaker, it will be submitted. He's entreating us to fast-track it. I wanted to know whether he can confirm that those formulas are already here.
It is only when the formula is here that you fast-track.
All right. Thank you very much.
Well, honourable members, we've come to the end of question time. Item numbered 7 and 8 has been exhausted. Honourable members, we have to move to item numbered 9. Yes, Majority Leader and Leader of Government Business. Honourable Minister, you are hereby discharged.
Mr. Speaker, with your leave, I wish to vary the order of business so that we can take the addendum dated Tuesday, 18th March, presentation of instruments. Mr. Speaker, we want to lay the environmental protection, mining in forest reserves, amendment regulations of 2025. The Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation is here, and if you grant leave, we will lay the instrument. That's the Environmental Protection, Mining in Forest Reserves Amendment Regulations of 2025. That is the amendment intended to take away the discretion from the presidency to grant authorization for mining to take place in forest reserves. So, Speaker, this was a major promise of President John Dramani Mahama and the government, and today we are seeing the implementation of a major promise aimed at dealing with the issue of galamsey in our forest reserves. We are taking away the discretion of the president to grant permission for concessions to be given for mining to take place in forest reserves, and that is what this regulation is all about. The minister is ready, the instrument is in the House, and we want to lay it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader, the application is for me to vary the order of business so that they can lay the item contained in the order paper addendum. What do you have to say?
Mr. Speaker, government has a responsibility, and it's not in our place to obstruct policy direction of the government. I am not opposed to the application to vary the order of business. However, there is a technical challenge. The technical challenge is founded on a precedence of this House, which precedence and practice we've all respected. That is to ensure that we do what we call a prelaying of such important instrument so that a broader stakeholder consultation would ensue before the actual laying is done. So, Speaker, if we pay due regard to Article 7 of the Constitution, this is what Order 11.7D provides. With your leave, I proceed to read the Constitution. Any order, rule, or regulation made by a person or authority under a power conferred by this Constitution or any other law shall c. come into force at the expiration of 21 sitting days after being so laid, unless Parliament, before the expiration of 21 days, annuls the order, rule, or regulation by the vote of not less than 2/3 of all the members of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, on the basis of this provision, what it means is that if the paper is laid, the instrument is laid, and there is any amendment there too, it can be effected. And it will require a certain number as provided for to even annul or amend or do any other thing to it. So on the basis of this provision, this House reached a consensus that allows what we call the prelaying to enable the committee engage further on this matter so that when the final instrument, together with the minister, is laid, that is, they fine-tune it and it's laid, at least we know that it's gone through all the processes. So I shall pray you to place the application on ice for now and rather direct that the minister goes through what has become known as a prelaying ritual so that after that the laying is done. Mr. Speaker, you can give them 14 days, 7 days, whatever, as it pleases the minister to allow for that consultation to be done. That said, I am in principle in support of all steps that government intends to take to ensure that we preserve our forests and we deny some of those illegalities going on in our forests. Because I know that this issue of Galamsey, if not well addressed, it would lead this country to a place we don't want to go. And even so, some of these illegalities are getting into legally acquired mining concessions. And once these investors get affected and they lose their investment, they would see it as a breach of the law. And the state then become a victim because they will sue in arbitration. And it will mean that government of Ghana would have to cough for monies lost. So, Mr. Speaker, if government wants to walk the talk, I am all for it. Save that I've given my reasons under the circumstance. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, Honourable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, this is a one-clause instrument, just one clause amendment to the regulations, which simply withdraws the powers of the president. Mr. Speaker, there is consensus across the country that this is a matter that should be done. We don't think that any stakeholder engagements will change anything. It is a commitment that this government made to Ghanaians, this president made to Ghanaians, that this power granted to presidents to allow mining in forest reserves, I don't want it. It should be taken away. And he has instructed his minister to come and lay the instrument that takes away the power. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing to discuss about this. A power granted, somebody says, I don't want to exercise the power. Take it away so that I'm not tempted to exercise it. Why do you want to tempt him? Why do you want to keep the law in place? Even by one day, why do you want to keep the law in place? Mr. Speaker, we are already here, and we are clearly not breaching any provision of the Constitution. As he said, it's a practice that we evolved so that when we are in a corner, we can wriggle our way out of it. But in this case, we are very confident about what we are doing. We are clear about the matter, that the president doesn't want the power. He wants it taken away. He doesn't want any money in forest reserves. And he doesn't want the law to stay any additional day beyond where it is now. So, Mr. Speaker, let us lay it. If the committee meets, and then the committee thinks that there should be a revision, they can come here. But I'm assuring you that this side of the House is clear on the matter. I will not vote for any motion, any attempt to change anything in the regulations that are being laid. So, Mr. Speaker, let's lay it and then let's move on. We don't need any pre-laying ceremony in a matter that we are all clear on.
Honourable Minister for Education.
Mr. Speaker, I've listened to the minority leader and the majority leader, and they are both referring to Article 11. Mr. Speaker, on the matter of Article 11, it's a real train. The only power of Parliament, maybe Honourable Whip help me, I want to quote the exact words, is to by a two-thirds resolution. So, Mr. Speaker, may I refer to Article 11(7)(c), come into force at the expiration of 21 sitting days after being so late, unless Parliament, before the expiration of the 21 days, announce the order, rule or regulation by the vote of not less than two-thirds or all the members of Parliament. So, Mr. Speaker, by practice, it will be law even without Parliament taking a decision. Once a report is made, sometimes even the report is not brought before us. Once the minister lays the report, as he is doing, and the majority leader have urged you to allow him to lay it, because, Mr. Minority Leader, the president is responding to a national emergency of a crisis in Galamsey, and he is determined to say that take off my authority and mandate as president, so that the power to grant it is not. Mr. Speaker, this is what the president is seeking to do. Maybe let me provide further information. I see the former minister trying, but seek to be recognized by the speaker. But Mr. Speaker, I was a member of the Environment Committee of Parliament, and when the EPA, my chairman is here with Dr. Mafu. You remember, Dr. Mafu belonged to this side of the House. He presided over the meeting, which made recommendations that this should be the position of government. So you can call Dr. Mafu and find out. He was then chairman of the Environment Committee, chaired by the Honorable Labi. We met over some matters in relation to it. Then they advised us, EPA,
It was the advice of the EPA that please, these regulations, I think the Attorney General came to work on it, that the Attorney General have laid is wrong. It is not best and good for the country. So, Mr. Speaker, what the majority leader is saying is that, yes, if it is a matter you want to do pre-consultation, he says it's one clause, one off. What consultation? I'm taking off a power and a mandate. This House is just there that I think that this House was not going to have any opportunity to say we are voting. Save today, he has the numbers as majority leader, so he's the only person who can marshal a 2/3 and say no, annul this instrument. But let's not get there. The matter of Galamsey is a matter for which this country must build consensus, because it's affecting livelihoods, it's affecting the future sustainability of our country. And I do not think that this should tear our heads where the majority leader have learned. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that is proper that the minister lays it. Then we count the mandatory 21 days, after which effectively it becomes law. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Samuel Jinapo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the position of the minority leader, Mr. Speaker, on the need for some pre-laying procedure. And Mr. Speaker, the point about this provision being a one-clause provision, Mr. Speaker, really, if you look at the national constitution and you look at the provision of the constitution which vests all mineral rights in the president, Mr. Speaker, and you look at other statutory interventions, Mr. Speaker, the previous government, I had the privilege of being minister. The previous government announced publicly, the Attorney General actually took steps in the course of the 8th Parliament to effect this same amendment. But, Mr. Speaker, the point is, the need for this pre-laying is all because the submissions made by the Honorable Majority Leader and the Honorable Minister for Education, Mr. Speaker, in some respects, does not contextualize the issue, because the President has the right under the national constitution, under statute, to exercise a discretion for mining to take place in a forest reserve. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, the 18th of March, Tuesday, mining is happening almost in all the forest reserves of our country. Today. Mr. Speaker, today. Mr. Speaker, the coalition against Galamsey, led by the venerable, respected Ken Ashigbe, has actually come out with a report about how political party kingpins, believing that their party have won power, taking over the forest reserves of our country. Mr. Speaker, so what is the point I'm making? Mr. Speaker, the point I'm making, Mr. Speaker, the point, and of course, Mr. Speaker, in these matters, look, Mr. Speaker, we can have this debate here. The majority leader and others can dispute it. I've been Minister for Lands before. I made my modest attempt in contributing to the fight against Galamsey, Mr. Speaker. The only thing that can prevent the fight against Galamsey is a lack of candor. If anybody stands here and says that political party kingpins have not taken over forest reserves and are mining, let's say it, and let's give ourselves 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and we'll see where Galamsey will be. Let us, Mr. Speaker, let us accept the truth. And let's be honest about what is happening today. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that. Speaker, that's why I'm saying in conclusion. Speaker, that's why I'm saying that the pre-laying is necessary. It's necessary for us to be able to have a thorough, in-depth interrogation and discussion as to how this can be formulated and presented in a manner which will truly, if that is what we want to achieve, will truly oust the discretion of the President in granting right for mining to take place in forest. But as we stand today, pursuant to the provisions of our national constitution, where all mineral rights have been vested in the president, and pursuant to Article 256, and pursuant to the Minerals and Mining Act 206, Act 703, Mr. Speaker, the president has a discretion, in spite of this amendment, the president has a discretion to grant rights for mining to take place in any forest reserve. And I want to conclude by submitting and doing so forcefully and vehemently that as we speak today, 18th of March, Tuesday, the forest reserves of our country have been invaded and they are being mined. They are being mined.
Honorable Minister, the issue on the floor is not about the forest reserve being invaded or not. It's about an instrument being laid without pre-laying consideration. For me, that is the issue at stake. Honorable members, we all know the constitutionality of pre-laying, but for a good reason. The practice and the convention is that before the instrument is introduced, it is subjected to a pre-laying consideration, owing to the fact that by a lot of Supreme Court authorities, once the document is laid, you can dot I or cross T unless you have two-thirds majority in line with Article 11.7 to annul it. Honourable members, we know the agency involved in the ally before us, but with all due respect, I will want to direct and urge upon the Subsidiary Legislation Committee to, as a matter of urgency, conduct a pre-laying within 3 days and report to the House on Thursday. Honourable members, with all due respect, we established the practice to be conducting a pre-laying consideration. So, having regard to the agency involved, honourable members, let's give ourselves for some pre-laying consideration. Then the ally can be laid, and once it is laid, the report will come. If the report did not come after 21 sitting days, then it will mature as law, unless before maturity we have two-thirds majority to annul it. So, honourable members, I will plead that we subject the ally to an urgent pre-laying consideration. Yes, Honourable Member for Kumbugu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to also suggest that we include the Environment Committee. Since we look at the technical bit of the subject area, I think that including the environment.
This is a subsidiary legislation. There is nothing technical for environment to look at. So, the Minister, before coming to the majority.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. By your direction, I think that my worry is the comments made by my brother, the former minister for lands, when he indicated that mining is actually going on in the forest area. It's true, but he issued those permits. He issued those permits, and what we are seeking to do, he issued them. He issued them, and what we are seeking to do is to ensure that people do not engage in such mining. And
yes, Honourable Minister.
Yes,
I agree perfectly with you, but I zero it down to the fact that the issue for consideration is whether or not we should go ahead and lay the instrument without pre-laying consideration, or we should abide by the practice and convention and go by a pre-laying consideration. Honourable members, with all due respect, once that is the practice, Parliament has over the time abide with. Honourable members, I mean, Thursday is just at the corner. I urge the chairman of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee, Honourable Patrick Yauboma, to organize a meeting and then look at the instrument, bring their report on Thursday, or allow the instrument to be laid on Thursday. Yes, Thursday. That is why I'm saying that, with all due respect, the instrument is either going to be laid on Thursday, whether or not the Subsidiary Legislation Committee has done the pre-laying. But we are urging upon the Subsidiary Legislation Committee to conduct the pre-laying to allow the instrument to be laid. Honourable members, I so direct. Honourable Samuel Abujinapo, I intend not to come back to this particular issue. If your name is mentioned, honourable member, let us not go back to the issue. Honourable members, let me have your indulgence to acknowledge the presence of some students from the following institutions visiting us in Parliament. First on the list is Mangus Senior High School, led by Dr. Tewia Agbesi, headmaster. They are located in Ekropon North constituency, 55 in number. Second is Benkum Senior High School, Latte, led by Ellen Eyim Pokwa, assistant head teacher. They are from Ekwepim North. They are 54 in number. We also have Amponampong, Ghana Muslim Mission School, led by John Atta, head teacher. They are from Mansu Edubia constituency, 78 in numbers. We also have Liberty Academy and New Will Academy, led by Florence Caesar, teacher, New Joburg South constituency. They are 65 in numbers. Our dear students, you are mostly welcome. May you have a fruitful visit to Parliament of Ghana. Honourable members, leadership, we move to item numbered 9, statement. Yes, Honourable Samuel Abujinapo, on the statement.
Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 93.1, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, I will read. By the indulgence of the House and leave of the Speaker, a member may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance at the time appointed for statements under Order 67. Mr. Speaker, I believe that the matter I'm about to raise is one of public importance, urgent public importance. And so with your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, I may want to refer the House to Order 195, Mr. Speaker. And Order 195, Mr. Speaker, Order 195, with your permission, I read. 1951 states, the statement of the estimate of revenue and expenditure of the government in respect of each financial year referred to in these orders as the quotes budget statement and economic policy of government, end quote. Mr. Speaker, with emphasis. And I repeat, quote, budget statement and economic policy of the government, end quote. Mr. Speaker, that statement is defined by Order 1951. It names it, defines it as a budget statement and economic policy of the government. Mr. Speaker, I then will respectfully refer you to Order 201. Mr. Speaker, Order 201 Order 201 is titled Debate of the Budget. Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence again, I will quote. It states, on a day to be determined by the Business Committee after the budget statement and economic policy of the government is presented, and at a time that the Business Committee may allot for the purpose, the House shall debate the budget statement and economic policy of government. So, Mr. Speaker, you will see that under Order 195, where the statement is classified as budget statement and economic policy of the government, in Order 201.
But, Honorable Member, is that not the same issue raised by the Deputy Minority Whip, Honorable Habib? Honorable Member, come along to Standing Order 1235 and read. Order 1235.
Speaker, if I may finish. So.
No, just read Order 1235. Standing Order 1235. Read it for the purposes of the House.
Speaker, it says, a member shall not raise any specific question upon which the House has come to a conclusion during the current session, except on a substantive motion for rescission. End quote. Speaker, I'm raising a different matter altogether.
So, honorable members,
Speaker, I'm raising a different matter.
Honorable members, let us be honest to ourselves. Honorable Deputy Minority Whip has raised this particular matter based on Order 195, argued it. The Speaker has an opportunity of making ruling on it. So based on Standing Order 1235 that you've just read, you need to come by a substantive motion. What you are doing is not the proper procedure. You are therefore overruled. You are out of order. Honorable Habib, let's make progress.
Mr. Speaker, my name has been mentioned, and I just want to clarify.
Let's make progress.
When I raised Standing Order 1952, the impulse of it was to the effect of the form of the presentation of the budget. And that was it, and nothing more. Speaker gave his ruling, and I have the right, after the ruling, to do a motion, which I'm doing. I think it's completely different from where it's coming from.
Honourable Member, it boils down to whether it is a statement, it should be by a statement, or it should be by a motion. And that is what exactly Speaker has dealt with. Honourable Member, I am sorry. You are out of order. Resume your seat. Honourable Majority Leader.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Right, Honourable Speaker. This morning I was approached by my friends on the other side because we are at the stage when the House is going to consider the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2025. And my friends opposite drew my attention to Order 1953. And Order 1953 says that whenever the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending is presented by the minister responsible for finance on behalf of the president, the commentary, the use of the word there, the commentary on it shall stand adjourned for not less than 3 days. So see here, it is the commentary on it that should stand adjourned for not less than 3 days. Then, after 3 days, we come to Order 201. And Order 201 is captioned Debate of the Budget. Debate of the Budget. And it says that on a day to be determined by the business committee after the budget statement and economic policy of the government is presented, and at the time after the business committee may allot, at the time that the business committee may allot for the purpose, the House shall debate the budget. The House shall debate the budget statement and economic policy of the government. So the argument that was made is that there is some confusion reading Order 1953 and Order 201, because 1953 anticipates commentary, which was the ruling that the Speaker gave. But today, we are coming under Order 201, which anticipates debate. So it was raised and we discussed it. And in my opinion, what we are doing today is to debate under Order 201. But then Order 1953 instructs that after 3 days, what should happen is commentary. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that what we are going to do is under Order 201, which is the debate, because that's what the budget, the provision makes for. But then, if there is an issue as to whether it is commentary or debating that should take place here, then the Right Honourable Speaker may take a decision on the matter. Because what was raised the other day was whether the Speaker should come by motion or by statement. That was what was raised that day. And the Speaker ruled that what the orders and the Public Financial Management Act provides for is a statement to be presented. And since our rules make provision for statements to be made by a minister, he is admitting it as a statement. So that was my understanding of the ruling of the Speaker on that date. And this issue about whether it should be debated or commented on was the basis of the argument of the minority on that day. That if it is a statement, we cannot debate it. So it should be a motion so that we can debate the motion. But the Speaker ruled that it is provided for that it should come as a statement, and that afterwards we will comment on it. But then today we notice also that Order 210 makes provision for debate. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that this is a matter that, in my opinion, I think the drafters of our standing orders, probably there was an oversight, and so let's just allow the process to continue unless you want to make a ruling on the matter. But I think that what will happen today is under Order 201, which is to debate the budget.
Honorable members, as you rightly, very well. Let me hear my.
Speaker, you see, sometimes we are impatient when matters come up in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, first of all, let me respectfully disagree with you on the point you made that the respected colleague Abu Jinapo was out of order and to resume his seat. I mean, Mr. Speaker, flowing from what the leader of the House just said, I want to add my voice to what he just said by saying that our colleague was not in any way out of order. In fact, he wasn't rooting his submission on Order 1952. He was not coming under Order 1952. It was Order 1952 which Mr. Speaker ruled upon. And in fact, to enrich the jurisprudence of this House, I am aware that Honorable Habib Idrisu has filed a substantive motion under Order 127 to challenge the ruling of Mr. Speaker on this matter. And I don't know when the motion will be taken. But it was raised to cure this very important matter. Mr. Speaker, when we are interpreting our rules, we interpret by looking at procedure and prudence. Procedure and prudence. We look at them conjointively to enable us avoid absurdity in any conclusion we may arrive at. I am particularly happy that the respected leader of this House is getting closer to the earlier position of the minority on this matter. Because, Mr. Speaker, on the said date, the gravamen of that contention really was this House is empowered to determine the form. And we did so mindful of Order 201. We did so mindful of Order 201. But here we were, because we are a mighty few, and there's a super majority. We know what happened. I wouldn't want to repeat. Today, we are getting to the cul-de-sac. That cul-de-sac was created as a result of impatience. And he, the member, a respected lawyer who has been in government before, who knows the procedure, is this day drawing our attention to this important matter, that as we find ourselves, are we going to make commentary or debates on this matter? Mr. Speaker, this House is stopped from debating, because, Mr. Speaker, even on that day, directed me not to debate, but I should make comments. Mr. Speaker, let us always be thinking about tomorrow. Whenever we set precedents that will tie our hands, we should remember tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, please, I would plead with you, because the respected majority leader has now put the application in proper perspective, that this application is not about 1952, and at least it is clear with us. I would pray that with your special leave, the applicant be allowed to mount his application, conclude his submissions, so that we can, as a House, make a determination on this matter. No, Honorable Kwame Agboja, I am not, the application was not rooted on 1952. As for that ruling by Speaker, nobody is attacking it. There is a formal motion to deal with it. But he is coming under 201, and he's laid the foundation through order 91. Is it 93 or 91? 93. So he laid that foundation to take oxygen from 93 to proceed. So, Mr. Speaker, now that there is clarity, especially from the majority leader, and I supporting that view, may you allow him to please make the application, unless there's something else.
Honorable Majority Leader.
I thought the clarity was to terminate any attempt to hijack this House. I thought that was the essence of the clarity that I brought. The clarity that I bring to this discussion is that the issue is whether or not we should be commenting or we should be debating. That is the issue. Should we be commenting or debating? And I'm saying that let's not belabor the point. Order 1953 makes reference to commentary after 3 days. Now, Order 201 then makes provision, elaborate provision, for how to deal with the budget statement, and it says debate. Mr. Speaker, I don't know what your statement was. I don't know whether you said we are going to comment, and that is the basis for the statement. But if you look at item 9, you said we should go to item 9. Item 9 simply says statements. It doesn't say commentary or debate. It just says statements. Now, Order 201 tells us that we are to debate the statement. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. So, Mr. Speaker, if we are coming under Order 201, and we discussed it this morning, that it should be commencement of debate. If we are coming under Order... Pardon?
201 is about debate.
Debate, yes.
Honourable members, we need to be guided by the standing orders. Honourable members, take it from me. When the Speaker of Parliament made a pronouncement on a certain matter, no application in a different form would be entertained by me. That will tempt me into reviewing the order of the Speaker. This issue has been dealt with based on which the table office brought the business statement, and the item numbered 9 is saying statement, under it the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2025. Commencement of comment. That is what we have. So, honourable members, when we are moving to item numbered 9, we are moving to the commencement of comment, because the budget came in the form of a statement under Order 195, but not in the form of a motion. So let's go by Order 195, and then we take commentary on the budget. Honourable members, with all due respect, I proceed to mention honourable members, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, you have the floor.
We abide by your guidance. Mr. Speaker, I only wanted to make application to you to relax the rule in Order 91.3. And with your permission, I read Order 91.3, that a member may comment on a statement and the comment shall not provoke debate. Mr. Speaker, the budget itself is debatable. So I just wanted you to please relax that rule as members comment on that statement.
Members,
so that when members comment on that statement,
this is not the first time.
Because the budget itself is already generating debate.
Honourable members, this is not the first time that we'll be taking comment on budget. This is not the first time. This is not the second time we'll be taking comment on budget. We've done this severally. So we know what to do when we are supposed to make comments. Honourable Majority Chief